I never believed in supernatural stories. For me, aliens, ghosts, and strange encounters were nothing but tales people made up to pass time. But everything changed one night. It was past midnight and I was lying in bed, scrolling lazily through my phone. My WhatsApp notifications were silent as usual, until suddenly a new message popped up in my friend's group chat. At first I thought it was one of my friends playing a prank, but the sender's name was something none of us had ever seen before. The username was simply unknown being. The first message said, "I am here." We all laughed in the group. My friend Amir replied, "Nice joke, bro. Who's behind this fake number?" Another friend sent laughing emojis, but then the messages started coming in rapid succession. "I see you all. One of you must come outside. Tonight. Alone." The tone wasn't playful anymore. Something about those words made the hairs on my arms stand straight. Everyone fell silent in the group. For the first time in years, nobody sent a meme or a funny sticker. I stared at the screen, my heart beating faster. Then came another message. "You, the one reading this now, step outside. I will be waiting near the forest." My breath caught in my throat. It felt like the words were meant for me. I locked my phone, laughed nervously, and told myself it was a coincidence. But a strange curiosity grew inside me. What if it wasn't a joke? What if someone, or something, was really out there? Against my better judgment, I got up, slipped on my jacket, and walked quietly out of my house. The air outside was cold and the streets were empty. I walked toward the small forest not far from my neighborhood. With each step, the silence around me grew heavier, as if the night itself was holding its breath. My phone buzzed again, another message. "Yes, keep walking. You're almost here." My legs felt weak, but I couldn't stop. The forest loomed ahead, dark and endless. And then I saw it. Just beyond the trees, a faint glow like silver light moving in the shadows. My pulse raced. I stepped closer, and suddenly, the glow sharpened into a tall, thin figure. It wasn't human. Its skin shimmered like liquid metal, its eyes glowing a soft blue. Before I could scream, it raised a long, delicate hand. A voice entered directly into my head, not from my ears, but inside my mind. "Do not fear. You were chosen." My knees nearly gave out. Chosen for what? Before I could even react, the being gestured behind it. Out of the shadows, an enormous craft revealed itself. A UFO, unlike anything I'd ever imagined. It wasn't like the flying saucers from movies. It was sleek, almost alive, its surface pulsing with lights that shifted like waves of energy. I wanted to run, but my body wouldn't obey. The being touched my shoulder gently, and suddenly, my entire body felt weightless. In seconds, I was lifted into the ship. The inside was even more breathtaking. The walls weren't made of metal, but of some glowing material that seemed to breathe. Symbols floated in the air like holograms. Everything felt alive. The alien led me down a long corridor until we entered a vast chamber with a panoramic window. Through it, I saw Earth, small, fragile, and glowing against the blackness of space. My heart stopped. We weren't on the ground anymore. We had already left the planet. Panic surged through me. "Take me back!" I shouted, though my voice sounded weak. The alien's calm voice echoed in my mind. "You will return, but first, you must see." And then, in the blink of an eye, stars blurred past, as the ship accelerated faster than anything I could comprehend. Planets and galaxies streaked across my vision until finally we slowed before a strange, glowing world. Its skies were painted with shifting colors, blue, violet, and gold. Towers of crystal reached toward the heavens, and floating platforms carried beings from place to place. I was speechless. The alien guided me through its world. I saw creatures like them, tall, luminous, and graceful, moving in harmony. They weren't chaotic like humans. There was peace in every gesture, a rhythm in their society. Their technology was unlike anything on Earth. Buildings grew like living organisms, machines operated without noise, and knowledge seemed to float freely in the air, accessible to anyone who reached for it. One of them handed me a small orb. As I touched it, visions filled my mind, scenes of their history, their discoveries, their warnings. They had mastered energy beyond imagination, bending time and space, curing diseases that humans hadn't even discovered yet. And yet, despite their brilliance, I felt sadness in them. The being explained, "We watched humanity for centuries. You stand on the edge of greatness, yet also destruction. We offer a choice. Learn from us, or repeat mistakes that end worlds." I was taken to a grand hall where dozens of these beings gathered. They welcomed me not as a prisoner, but as a guest. Food appeared, though not like ours. It was pure energy, glowing streams of light that filled me with warmth and clarity when I tasted them. For a moment, I felt invincible. They showed me their libraries where knowledge wasn't written in books, but existed as living memories one could step into. I walked through visions of stars being born, civilizations rising and falling, and even glimpses of Earth's possible futures. Some were beautiful. Humans uniting, building wonders, exploring the galaxy. Others were terrifying. Wars, destruction, silence. The alien who had first contacted me stood beside me. "You will return with no proof," it said. "Your people are not ready to believe, but inside you will remain the memory of what you saw. Share it, even if they laugh. One day, when the time is right, they will remember." Before I could argue, a surge of light surrounded me. My body felt weightless again, and in an instant, I was standing back in the forest, the night as still as before. The ship was gone. Only silence remained. I stumbled back home in shock, my phone still in my hand. I checked the WhatsApp group. All the strange messages had vanished. The last thing there was a silly meme Amir had sent earlier that evening. Nobody remembered the mysterious sender. It was as if nothing had happened. But I knew it wasn't a dream. I could still taste that glowing food on my tongue. I could still see Earth from space burned into my memory. And every time I closed my eyes, I could hear that voice echoing. "You were chosen." Since that night, my life has never been the same. Sometimes, when I look at the stars, I feel as though they're still watching me, waiting for the moment when humanity is finally ready. And maybe, just maybe, when the time comes, I'll be the first to welcome them back.